Good afternoon. Let's jump right in. Luke, the second chapter, verses 41 through 50. Luke, the second chapter, verses 41 through 50. Jesus' parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of Passover. And when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem according to the custom of the feast. When they had finished the days as they returned, the boy just lingered behind in Jerusalem. And Joseph and his mother did not know it. But supposing him to have been in the company, they went a day's journey and sought him among their relatives and acquaintances. So when they did not find him, they returned to Jerusalem seeking him. Now so it was that after 3 days they found him. They found him in the temple, and he was sitting in the midst of the teachers, both listening to them and asking them questions. And all who heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers. So when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said to him, "Son, why have you done this to us? Look, your father and I have sought you anxiously." And he said to them, "Why did you seek me? Did you not know that I was about my father's business?" But they did not understand the statement which he spoke to them. They didn't understand it. In the Message Bible, it says, his mother said, "Young man, why have you done this to us? Your father and I have been half out of our minds looking for you." Jesus said, "Why were you looking for me? Didn't you know that I had to be here dealing with the things of my father?" But they had no idea what he was talking about. There's a song that they sung on this Broadway show that came on TV called "Annie, Go Get Your Gun." And there was a song that said, "There's no business like show business, like no business I know. There's no business like show business, like no business I know." And in James Brown's the movie Get On Up, James Brown, in one instance, after his band walked out on him and he got a new band, he came out and said, there's two sides to this thing. He said, show business. There's the show, and then he said, and there's the business. And when he said there was the show, he was getting ready to perform. So that was the show, what everybody sees, and there's the business. And he was putting money in the little lapel pockets of the band who had on suit jackets. And so it's two parts of it. It's the show, and then it's the business. In ministry, there's the show. And that's what you see. It's the product that's produced. It's the big screen TVs. It's the fancy lights, the light show, and it's the praise team presenting themselves, and the dancers dancing, and the pastor's oration when he speaks, and all the bells and whistles that you see on television that most of the time attracts people to your ministry. It's one thing to attract people, it's another thing to hold them. It's one thing to attract them, it's another thing to give them substance that's going to build them. but it's the show. But you better believe that behind every show, there's business. There's business done correctly, and there's business done incorrectly. And it's usually the business side that pretty much will determine whether ministry will be able to last and endure. Anybody can do the show. And the show sometimes can be deceiving because the show of the business, people can fake that, especially on social media. But it's the business side, how you do business, what goes on behind the scenes that really builds ministry. And it's really the thing that makes the ministry successful or not. It's a scripture I want to share with you today. I was kind of pondering on it because I'm in the midst of doing some heavy business right now. And it's in Proverbs 22 and verse 29. The King James Version says, "Seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean men." In the NIV it says, "Do you see someone skilled in their work? They will serve before kings. They will not serve before officials of low rank." And in the Message Bible it says, "Observe people who are good at their work. Skilled workers are always in demand and admired. They don't take a back seat to anyone." I don't know what it is about work and jobs and stuff like that that makes people so attracted to that versus ministry, but I guarantee you a lot of people would live a far better lifestyle if they would approach church as business versus just show. Sunday morning, Tuesday or Wednesday Bible study, the extra services, all that kind of stuff is the show part. But it's the business that got to get done. And I don't know why people primarily don't come to church and offer their skills, their business skills, to help further ministry. But the way you do business and how you do business and your excellence in doing business will be the key to your success. Even in your own personal businesses, there's always show business. It's the show and then the business. And we had better be doing the business work to back up the show. And you don't have to be ashamed talking about your ministry's show business. Show is just what you're allowing people to see what people sees, and people must see something. Jesus said, if you ain't gonna believe me for what you see and what I say, believe me for the work's sake. If you ain't gonna believe what I say, believe me for the works. Jesus came and showed the world many things, but then he had to take care of the business, which was the crucifixion, the burial, and the resurrection. He had to show. 3.5 years of showing, ministering, telling, but then he got down to the business. And in business, we have to be excellent. We have to be diligent. We have to be non-wavering. I've been in the business. I've been in the show business of ministry, the show and the business, for a good ready going 40 years. With Ever Abundant Life Church, what, 25 years, 99, 2009, 2019, 20, 22 years. And so I'm 59, getting ready to approach 60. Somewhere in this stint coming up, the business, the show and the business is getting ready to come to a close for me. And to pass the torch on in some kind of way. But I built this ministry with my bare hands from the conception. I didn't inherit a ministry. I took the tools that God gave me and we built this ministry. Shout out to Apostle W. Lonnie Herndon, who's very instrumental in my business success and even in the show success. You better get yourself a good mentor, somebody who you can pull out off of and lean off of, who you can have relationship with. Mommy used to tell me, don't burn your bridges. You might have to go back over them. That's all part of the business, the show business. But if you have skills to bring to the business of the ministry, bring them. Lay your gift down. Lay your gifts down at the feet of your man or woman of God and say, this is my skills. This is what I can do. Bring your resume. Bring your work history. Here's what I can do. This is what I'm about. This is what I can do. This is what I can bring to the table to help the business side of our ministry, the business side of what we're trying to do to seek God, the show business. Render your gifts to the Lord and watch what he does in return for you being diligent about taking care of the business side of the ministry of the Lord. Okay? That's what I want to share with you today. Be encouraged. Offer your gifts to your houses of God, to your men or women of God who watch for your soul. Be detailed, be poignant, be purposeful and intentional, and watch what God does for you. Listen, y'all have a wonderful weekend. Mask up, practice physical and social distancing. If you ain't vaccinated, get vaccinated. The life you save may be your own. And be encouraged. I love you. Don't forget, this coming Saturday at 9 a.m., 9 to 10, Compassion Speaks on Philly's Favor 100.7 on your FM dial. Or you can download Philly's Favor app and tune right into it on your phone. 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Saturday. I'll be with you this Friday from 5 a.m. at 5 a.m. for our 5 a.m. praise. Midnight Warfare prayer line, Sunday through Sunday, 7 days a week at midnight. And what else? Sunday morning worship. Be here Sunday morning worship, 10 a.m. sharp. And we look to see your face in the place. Get out to a house of worship on this Sunday. Don't let nothing distract you. Don't let nothing throw you off. You put God's house first, he'll put yours first. All right? Love y'all so much. Have a great day. Peace.